Well, they find it. I am very delighted to be here. This is a wonderful group, a wonderful conference. I'm going to be able to spend most of the day here listening to what sound like very enjoyable abstracts. And I really congratulate you as an organization in the enormous progress you've made in a short time in developing a real mission and working to implement it. It's in very many ways aligned with the mission of the organization that I have taken on the leadership of, the National Center for Complementary and Alternative Medicine. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. I'll tell you a little about some statistics we have that in some ways I think justify our existence, and then what I see as the particular areas of promise. I'm a kidney doctor. I've spent my professional life taking care of dialysis and transplant patients. And like patients with cancer, these are patients who live with an enormous burden of chronic disease. And what really drove my interest in this job was recognizing how many of the needs of these patients were not being met by high-tech medicine. And I believe that the integrative medicine movement in oncology has made substantial steps in acknowledging those limitations and developing approaches that at least go part of the way to meet these needs. So that is my own personal sense of mission in taking on this job. Do I have a means to advance the slides? Yeah, got it. So just briefly, what is the National Center for Complementary and Alternative Medicine? Well, we're a component of the NIH, and we are the primary U.S. agency for supportive research on complementary and alternative medicine. We're one small piece of the NIH. The other piece with which people in this room are probably quite familiar is the National Cancer Institute. And we're midgets compared to the Cancer Institute, although our budget in this area is very comparable. We invest approximately $120 million in the support of complementary and alternative medicine. The Office of Complementary and Alternative Medicine, a sub-piece of the National Cancer Institute, has approximately a comparable investment. Our mission is to explore these practices in the context of rigorous science, developing the evidence base that will permit their integration into conventional medicine. A second piece of our mission, similar to OCAM, is to make sure that authoritative, peer-reviewed information is available to the public. And I urge you to search and Google our site, or in fact, if you Google any herb, you will find a fact sheet that I think may be useful in your conversations with patients on what these interventions offer. We are very interested in feedback on the information resources we maintain and ways to make them more useful. The NIH is only 1% of the US federal budget, 29 million out of 2.9, 29 billion out of 2.9 trillion, but and NCAM is only 0.4% of that. As everyone is probably aware, the NIH's budget has stagnated over the last 4 to 5 years, as has NCAM's. Our budget has been stable for 5 years, which, since cost of doing research has been climbing about 4 to 5% a year, is meaning that we are feeling in tight budgetary crunch. I wanted to show you this slide because it tells you how old we are.